Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing great. This is the next episode in Barn Door Mania. This is Ricky Eves of GLA Construction, and today we're going to start talking about the next thing on our list as we move forward in this barn door build, and that's going to be our concrete. We've talked about the dirt and the importance of it. Now we're moving on. As you can see, we've kind of got this one formed up. We've kind of getting started. I'm going to go through this and kind of talk to you about this process before we actually get to pre and pouring the concrete. So we'll talk about this today. Stay with us. We're going to go through and get ready to start pouring y'all guys some concrete. All right, guys, glad you stuck with us. We're going to get into this concrete pouring situation. So what we do is we come out, you want to come out and you want to first get your building laid out, your building size. That'll come off your drawings that you get done. You'll set up batter boards on the outside. We've already got those taken down, so I'm a little late on that, but you would want to set up batter boards on all four corners so you can make sure you have good straight and square lines on your slab. You want this thing to be square and true. And then you'll come in and you'll start laying out what we call our form boards. And that's what's coming down. That will be the outside of your concrete pour down. We'll get those form boards set up, and then we come back and we dig a footing. We usually do a foot and a half by foot and a half footing all the way around, and on any load bearing walls, we'll have that footing under there. And so as we're doing that, we'll get that done, and then we set up for any porches. And on this build, we've got a porch. It'll be a front A-frame porch with a wraparound, and we've also got a garage. And I want to talk about that really quick while we're there. What normally we will do is, if you'll look here, and I'm going to try to keep from caving this. This is a top of our form for our elevation of our home. Here is your top form for your porch out front. And then we drop the form there at the garage. So anything coming off the main house, we drop that slab. There's a method to that madness. That is so any outside water source cannot get back into your home. Now, in 40 years of doing metal buildings and commercial work, we normally done 1.5 inch drop. But on our houses, we do a 3-inch drop. And there's also a method for that and a reason for that. As we get to the sheeting portion of our homes, you'll see we use a 3-inch, well, it's not quite, but nearly 3-inch, what we call a rat seal flashing. And we use that for 3 different things. 1, because it looks really pretty. 2, it makes it hard, almost impossible for any water to get back under your sheeting. And then 3, it also gives a barrier there for mice, insects, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you to keep every insect out and every mouse out. I'm not. But it will deter that. It makes it harder for them to find a place to get in. So that's why we drop ours 3 inches, so we can take that and run it all the way across and around our porch. And then the same with our garage, we'll be able to run it in and around on it. So we do a 3-inch drop on that slab. And you can see we've also got our rough-in plumbing. And you can see we've got all of our drain lines in. We go out the back for a clean out there. We'll also put a clean out on the front. We have everything set up for our toilets, our showers, our kitchen, and then we also do our water line the same way. We'll come in with a main water line, which is there, and then we'll feed everything we need to feed for water line. This is rough-in plumbing. We have to have this done before we go to pour. And if you have an island and need electrical or water to it, you would need to do that at this time. And if you'll notice, where anything we have coming through where it's going to be that footing, we run it through another piece of PVC to just ensure it. That's water line and our sewer line. We run through another piece of PVC to keep concrete off of that main line when we pour it. And I'm sure y'all have noticed we've gotten a lot of rain here lately, and we have sandbags we're kind of using there. what that does is it keeps that footing from wanting to cave in on us after all these rains. And that way, after a rain, we can come in, clean out, and go and pour pretty quickly. So it just kind of helps in that scenario. We use the same dirt that we've got here, so everything works good, but it does kind of heat, because rain tends to want to collapse that footing. We're trying to get this thing poured, so we're doing that to kind of help us get there where we can go on and get poured as soon as this rain gets out of here. But that'll give you the kind of the layout and what we do quickly on to get ready for a concrete pour. We'll be back later before the pour. We'll get out our Visqueen, our wire, and we'll actually let you see a little bit of the pour on this thing. So this will kind of get us the pre to that. And anyway, so we'll continue on with the pour later. All right, guys, so that was the closing of part one. I just want to kind of fill you guys in on some stuff. Things got a little crazy, and so we're a little late. We're a little late getting out this week's deal. A lot of stuff went on. We had this video already done, ready. It was up to go up. We put it up, and this thing was like just glitching like crazy. And it come to find out what was happening is I was recording and doing on my company computer that I do all my other stuff on. And guys, all this YouTube stuff just loaded it down, and it just messed up. So I had to go and last minute try to purchase another computer and another mic, some other mics and stuff that we had to do to get this thing done. Thankfully, my smaller videos were still good, and so I was able to bring them back up and go back in, edit this thing. Decided to cut it into 2 parts because it was rather long, and so we cut it back to 2 parts and got this thing done. So that's the end of prep and pre-pour in part 1. Part 2 will be coming out soon too, and it's going to be actually the pour day. And that situation, you really want to watch that one, because things get a little crazy that day, and it's going to show some good stuff. But that's what we are, is who we are. We are what we are. We don't try to cover things up. We don't try to make it all rosy, because it's not. Construction's hard. And things don't always go the way you want it. I don't care how well you plan, and we do plan well, but it's still every now and then things are going to go wrong. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick explanation, and wanted to ask again, guys, please, please, please help us out. It takes money to do this thing. It takes time to do this thing, and we really want to reach out and help folks. We want to give back to this industry. It's been so good to us. And so, guys, help us out. If you have not went and liked and subscribed to our channel, share our channel with people. There are people who are needing to hear this stuff and understand what's going on, and to just not to where it to be such a nervous thing to do, to have to build a barn dominium and to do these different things. Knowledge erases fear. So, guys, I'm asking you, please help us. We can get the numbers up enough, we're going to do a live where you guys can come on and really just, we can talk and work back and forth and answer questions. But until we can get those numbers up, there's really no use to doing a live. I'll be sitting there by myself. So help us out, guys. Stay tuned, and this next we'll get back to putting out on Wednesday now. And so after today, we'll go up with this one. But stay tuned. Part 2's coming on the actual pour. Like I said, it ought to be a pretty interesting deal. We're going to get to explain some stuff to y'all, and you're going to get to see things that can happen. And so stay tuned, stick with us, and guys, remember, like, share, and then tell people, like and subscribe, and tell people about our channel. We're here for you guys. We're here to help people, and yeah, so help us do that. Help us reach as many people as we can. Help as many people as we can. All right, guys, be blessed. We'll see you on this next video when we pour in the concrete. Y'all have a blessed one.